Oh yeah, share it on Twitter. And we just started the Google Hangout. This is the behind-scenes look at the recording the podcast this week. It's going to be all about YouTube thumbnails. Ray's doing a Periscope too. Yee. There we go. Okay, say something. Hi. It says you're. Am I? Unmute. Mute mic. Okay, no, I think I got everything right. Oh, okay. So y'all didn't hear Ray before because his mic was muted, even though, so you're probably just looking at me picking my nose. Okay. Is your mic still muted? Okay. Say something. Oh, maybe I say something again. Okay. It's working. Okay. So I'm not either.
One, two, there we go.
All right, now it's working. Now we got Ray.
How odd.
Yeah.
And it was only on the Hangout it wasn't working because you could hear me when I was talking.
Yeah, and it was on Skype, and it was recording on the podcast. Okay, so
we got Switzerland, we've got London, and we've got Texas on board here. So we got an international flavor going on. That's awesome.
The international flavor of the day.
All right, now that we've fixed the what's the Hangout? Steve, what's the Hangout? I think I would know this, don't you?
It's in the group and on the Facebook page and in Twitter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you head over to if you go to facebook.com/video. Wait, what is it?
Video Marketing Madness.
Facebook.com/video marketing madness. All the links will be in there, so you can get iTunes, you can get Blog Talk, you can get the Hangout, all that other fun stuff, and catch the produced part of the radio show. And for those of you that joined us, we're going to talk about YouTube thumbnails. Do you guys use thumbnails? I hope you do, because it is a very, very important part of YouTube marketing. So, all right, I think we're ready to go.
Okay, I'm going to start the audio recorder.
25 minutes later.
Yeah, no, that didn't take us too long. Okay, I'll give you a. What's in that bottle?
That is Eco Drink.
Okay.
It's not a sponsor of the show, but it's a terrible name for a great health drink.
Good.
So.
And you know what would make it unhealthy is vodka.
Yes. Adding vodka would make it much more unhealthy.
It's not good for you. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
This episode of Video Marketing Madness is made possible by Insta Thumbnail, the easy way to create awesome thumbnails for your YouTube videos. Want to check it out? Head on over to raisebonuses.com/Insta Thumbnail, all one word. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about just that, thumbnails, and why they are pretty much the most neglected, powerful tool inside of YouTube. All right.
This is the part where I cough. This is the part for the jingle.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
3, 2, 1. It's the radio show about video marketing madness with Ray the Video Guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper. Got a question for Ray the Video Guy? Go to raythevideoguy.com/ask. Leave your question. If Ray answers it on Periscope or here on the radio show, you'll win all kinds of great video marketing stuff. And our Facebook page, Video Marketing Madness. Our Twitter is Video MKT Madness. It's very active.
Very active indeed.
Yes. So head on over there, like it. If on Facebook it's not showing up in your timeline, just like a few of the stories and it will.
Indeed. Yes, you need to hit that like button. Facebook likes to block us all from getting our messages out for some reason. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but for some reason they have. So you have to hit like a few times, and that will help you to get that information into your news feed. So do that. Do it.
Like the page, and then like some of the posts, and do it. Do it.
That's right. Do it. No
So this is a good topic, which is thumbnails. In fact, I'm going to buy Insta Thumbnail. I'm going to get that because, yeah, some of my attorneys have been complaining about the thumbnails, so I need to spruce them up a little bit. And today is going to be some good tips on how to do that. And if you take these tips along with Insta Thumbnail, I know this sounds like a commercial, but I think you're going to be good because that. Assuming you can get some of your videos on page one, which I do, that's going to help make the phone ring.
It absolutely is. I completely agree. And, that's why we wanted to bring this up, because a lot of people don't pay attention to those thumbnails, and they can be quite vital.
I think it's very neglected, and they are vital.
They absolutely are. So, got any news of the day?
Oh, no, I don't. I forgot to tell you.
What?
I don't have any. Do you have any news of the week?
Well, not really.
What?
That's
what?
Okay, right? What's up with that? But that's okay, because we've got some great content we want to jump right into here.
There was one story I was thinking about, and it's new survey results on how YouTube is used, and people are jumping back into it big time on mobile. The views are way up on mobile, and we've got that story posted on our Facebook and Twitter.
Absolutely. Yes. And don't forget that we do post a lot of those things there, so you can check those out. I do have one little news item, though. We talked about, I don't know if we talked about it on here, but we definitely on Periscope we did. And we released our new product, Tube Caller. And
I've heard about that. Yeah,
we've done quite well with it. We actually were #1 and #5 on JVZoo with the Tube Caller and Tube Communicator, and we were product of the day, and it's been going quite well. And it's funny, selling a product like that and having pretty decent sales with it certainly brings out some strange people.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And we've had very few people refund, because we always offer the money back guarantee. Then 30 days you can get your money back, and there's always going to be people that come and, they'll get the program, they'll watch it, they'll take the information and then go, yeah, I want my money back. Just the looking for freebie information, which is fine. People do that. Okay, I get that. But we get some really strange emails from people. I had one guy in very difficult to read English telling me he wanted a refund because he doesn't speak English.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. But he bought the product knowing he doesn't speak English.
That's good for you, Sparky. This is one of the reasons I don't do affiliate marketing, is because I don't like people to begin with, and so. But you like people. You're an extrovert.
Somewhat, sometimes, yes.
Yeah, and right. You wouldn't admit in public when you don't. So that's
definitely brings out some strange people. Like I had, one person just said, "Yeah, I already knew this."
Oh, golly. You bought it. How much is it? Like a $7 deal?
It was $14 too.
Okay, all right, okay.
The trading, so.
Yeah, I just say, what the heck, I mean.
Oh yeah, there's not much you can do about it. There's always going to be people that have, that don't get it. There's going to be people that don't understand. There's going to be people that just, are looking to get something for free, and that $14 is more important to them than, integrity in a lot of cases. So what are you going to do? Not much to do about it.
If it was $1,400, I might ask for my money back, but $14, come on.
Well, it's funny you say that, because what we found is if it was $1,400, I'd be willing to bet we'd have very few people that refund, because the only people that are going to buy it are the people really willing to learn and willing to take heavy action.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
And to get some, a lot of the tire kickers don't pony up $1,400 very easily. So
no, they don't. They don't. Well, anyhow, okay. So thumbnails.
Thumbnails, yes. As I said earlier, the single most neglected tool on YouTube, and I guess maybe I shouldn't say the single most, because there are other tools on there that are neglected completely, and they're pretty powerful. But one of the more powerful tools on YouTube is the ability to do custom thumbnails. And I'm sure there's probably a ton of the audience here who doesn't even realize you can do custom thumbnails. But essentially, all you need to do to be able to use custom thumbnails is make sure that you go into the back end and make sure that you're partnered with YouTube. And all you have to do is hit that little phone verification. And once you do, you should get access to the ability to add custom thumbnails. And the reason, let's talk about why these are important. As Steve brought up a little bit earlier is, oftentimes our videos are found by people seeing the thumbnails on Google or on YouTube. And if the thumbnail isn't something that entices people to click, well, then they're not going to watch your video. And you want to make sure that you get as many people in there as possible. So let's go over a few tips and tricks on how to improve those thumbnails so that you can get the most out of your YouTube videos.
Number one, buy
Insta thumbnail. No, Insta thumbnail would be almost useless without knowing some of these tricks and tips, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Many of you probably have Photoshop, but if you don't know what you're going to do with it, it's kind of useless. So let's go over some of the things we can do. And the most important thing is you want to really pay attention to the colors that you're using. And by that, we want to use bright colors in most cases. And there are exceptions to these, of course, but you're basically trying to get something that draws people's attention. Ironically, some of the best performing thumbnails are, and this goes against a lot of the stuff we're gonna teach here, but some of the high performing thumbnails are ones that are completely garish and horrible, but they get attention. If you've ever seen, some people will put these extremely fluorescent light blue thumbnails with red lettering on them, and it's just a blue background with lettering, and it's terrible to look at. But believe it or not, the people actually click on them because it grabs your attention and you can easily read what the video is about. Now, we don't want to tell people to go out and do that because it's an ugly sort of thing, but it actually is effective and shows that color is something that really grabs people's attention. And not only do we want to have bright colors and something that really stands out, a really nice strong design with our colors, but a lot of times we can evoke certain emotions with our colors as well. For instance, if you've got a video that's, angry about something, you're complaining about something, you're trying to get attention, using colors like bright reds are really not only going to grab attention, but they're going to convey that kind of harsh, angry feeling. Whereas on the other side, if you've got a product that is more eco-friendly, you're probably going to want to use bright greens. And that's going to kind of convey that. If you're trying to sell something, perhaps a nice bright green, because green's the color of money. Green is the color of go, whereas red is the color of stop, things like that. So you want to take some of these things into consideration. Blues are your calm and more cold colors. So those are great for products and videos that are going to be more calm, that are going to be much more serene. So maybe you're selling diet products, or you're selling, some sort of, or you're teaching in a video, you're teaching something a little more zen, then you're going to want to go with some of the cooler colors, some of the blue colors. And of course, yellows stand out very well no matter what you're doing. So you just want to really use some of those colors, not only to get attention, but to evoke the certain emotion that you want to get with that. And, Steve, what's your favorite color?
Red.
Oh, see, Steve's an angry guy with his red being his favorite color.
I just like red. Well, and being an old radio guy, that I used to go out and do remotes.
Sure.
There's nothing like dressing up like a big yellow chicken and standing outside. with a microphone.
And that, yes, absolutely, I agree. And that red top on your head is what stands out. So there's your favorite color. Now, when we talk about this, now this doesn't have to be a graphic design. Now we're talking, a lot of times we're talking about using red as like a border around your thumbnail, or maybe using red as the text on there. But sometimes it can just be something as simple as a really nice still shot from your video that has a lot of color in it, and then maybe using Photoshop or some other program to boost those colors, improve the saturation, and then add some text to it in the background as well. And that can really grab your attention and tell you what's in the video. But borders work well. Screenshots that have a lot of color, those work really well also. Now, the other thing that you're going to want to do is, whenever possible, you're going to want to try and connect with your viewer by putting your face in there, or a face in there. And that's what really gets people's attention, the ability to connect directly with people through faces. People love eyes. When you can stare into somebody's eyes, when you can see somebody's face, you can see the emotion, you can see the happiness on their face, or the anger. It's really going to draw people's attention. And that, that's a base psychological need, is the ability to connect with people that way. And, we're born with that. That's how we, Steve, you ever drive down the street and see a giant rock on the side of the road and go, oh, that has a face in it. It looks like a face.
Oh, sure. Clouds too,
Clouds. It looks like a face. Well, that's the psychological wired in ability. We call it matrixing. And what it is we connect with, those two dots with a nose and a line underneath it is a face. And we connect with faces. And it actually comes from, believe it or not, it actually comes from survival instincts as a baby. You have that built-in wired ability to tell this is a person's face, and they're going to be the ones that are taking care of me. And that's how you learn to survive, is you look for those things, and it carries out through our lives. That's why we see it looks like a face in the clouds. It looks like a face in this rock, because it's a base psychological need. So use that psychological connection to get people to click on your videos. Now, another great thing we can do with this is to really use a nice action shot, something that really evokes what kind of action is going to be in the video. It gives that sense of motion. It gives that that real need to see, what is that all about? Why is that going to get my attention? Why do I want to click on that? Well, you can see the racing car. You can see the rocks falling down on somebody, whatever it happens to be, something that's got a nice bit of action in there. And of course, if you can do both, if you can get the action shot and a person's face, even better. So mix some of these together when possible, but these are some of the different things you can do. Get a face in there. Number 3, get an action shot in there. All of these things are going to get people to click on your video much more readily. And of course, like we said, you get your video on page 1 of Google, that's like having a free billboard on the highway.
Oh,
it's that image right there. It stands out and looks really good. So the other thing we want to do is include text on your thumbnail. And this is a big one. And a lot of people forget this. A lot of people will just grab a still shot, or worse, they'll just let YouTube choose whatever for their thumbnail. But what you want to do is you want to add text to it. Really let people know what's in that video. You want to see some really good ones. Daryl Eves does a great job with his thumbnails.
He does.
And a lot of these guys do, and I like to think that I do as well. Really putting my face in there, putting text of exactly what's in the video. If your video is about, how to better use thumbnails, then put that right on the thumbnail. How to create better thumbnails. Get people's attention.
What I found works pretty well with my attorneys is I have if I can get a picture of every attorney in the office, I use that, and then the keywords and a phone number.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when a primary keyword set and phone number.
Yeah, when you're talking about a local business like that, absolutely. Now, a little caveat, YouTube, Google, sometimes they have issues with things like phone numbers. And I have not seen an issue with putting a phone number in a thumbnail, and it works very, very well. Now, one thing we do want to mention with this is when you're doing that, if you've got a local attorney, you're going to put it's a bankruptcy attorney, and he's going to talk about what a Chapter 13 is. Put that in there. Chapter 13. What is a Chapter 13? Put that phone number in the thumbnail itself. just be very careful with one thing. Make sure that whatever text you use is just, is not at the bottom, especially on the right-hand corner, because on the bottom right-hand corner, that's going to show the length of the video, and you don't want that to cover up your phone number or whatever's important. So make sure that your text is either all the way on the left or is higher than, just a quarter inch up above the bottom of the image, so that it gives it space to put that time of the video on there. So that's just a little trick with that. But yeah, absolutely. We've done that with phone numbers on the thumbnails quite a bit. And the reason this is great, and this is something, if you're listening to this, write this down, because this is one of those little gold nuggets. If you've got a local business and you've got a YouTube video on page 1 of Google, quite often a person searching for your business isn't even going to click on that video and watch it. What they're going to do is they're going to be drawn to that thumbnail, so you're going to get attention. But if you've got that phone number right on that thumbnail, they'll just dial your number right there, and they'll never even click on the video. So you just basically got a free billboard with your phone number right on page 1 for some word that, probably other people on the page are paying ads and, paying $20 a click, and you're getting the phone call completely for free by doing that. So very important to get that on there. And local businesses, people will call you sometimes without clicking on the video. So very good to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
Now, the next thing you want to do with your thumbnails is brand your thumbnails. And what I mean by this is have some sort of consistent look to all of your thumbnails that are related. So in the case of your attorney, if you've got a special border around it and his logo in the corner, make sure that all the thumbnails have that same look to them. And the only thing that's different is the title of the video, whatever that video is about. But try to have a nice brand consistency. Get your logo in there. And you can see this with a lot of big companies. Whenever somebody like Lowe's or Home Depot posts a video, that the Home Depot video is going to be orange. It's going to have the orange logo in it. It's going to stand out that way.
It's funny. You see a Target commercial, it's a Target commercial before they ever put the logo on there. Yeah.
Because they've got the red, they've got the, part of it is because they do crazy things with people dancing and stuff, but it's always got the bright reds in there. Same thing with YouTube. They're going to have the bright red in there. They're going to have the logo in there. Progressive does a lot of YouTube videos. They always have Flow. They've always got the Progressive logo. They always use blue and white. Geico, same thing. They use their logo. They use their colors. So you just want to make sure that you really brand all of these things so that you can get the most out of it. And one little story, by branding your videos, you're actually protecting yourself too, believe it or not, whether it's the thumbnail or the video itself, because I've had situations where people steal your videos. Mm-hmm. And as long as you brand everything, you're going to be okay, because people are going to know that this is actually your video. I've had people contact me through through YouTube and tell me, hey, somebody's stealing your videos, but it had your logo on there. So very easy to be able to find that. People steal your videos. The more branding you can do, the better in that case. Now, you don't want to have your logo giant full screen throughout your video covering everything, but you definitely want to brand it well so people know exactly who you are. Now, the final thing about this that I want to get into is you can test this out. You can change your thumbnails. They don't have to be there forever. So if you put a video up, you put a nice thumbnail, people don't seem to be responding, you can change it. You can try different color schemes. You can try different texts. You can try different numbers. You can try all sorts of different things and really change it up to see if something else gets more attention. You can have multiple videos and try different thumbnails, see which one gets the most attention, and then use that style on all of your other videos. So there's a lot of great things you can do with that to make sure that you're optimizing this to get the absolute best out of your thumbnails and out of your YouTube videos. So
cool.
Just some fun stuff there.
Yeah, very good.
And, another thing, just to kind of give some real world examples here. Now, we talked about places like Lowe's and Home Depot and Target and Progressive and whatnot. But, even on your own videos. Now, one thing that I do is I do a lot of videos that are about, products. They're product review videos. And what I find to be very, very effective is if I'm not going to put a picture of myself, because in this case, it's mostly about the product and people are already looking for the product, get a nice product shot. put that product shot big and, right in that video, on the left-hand side of the video, and then put text next to it that says the name of the product, and then bonus or review or something like that. And then even, maybe your personal branding on part of it. And that will get a lot of attention, and it'll really get people to find that product because they're looking for it. Especially if you're doing a product that launches on a Tuesday. And, by Tuesday, I mean any specific day, but it's coming out on Tuesday. You've got videos out there. People are going to be searching the day that comes out for that product. And if they see a video with the box of that product on there and it says review, they will click on it and they will probably buy the product from you. And you can do really, really well by doing that. So that's just a little a tip, an additional tip on thumbnails for people doing local marketing and things of that nature. So
cool.
Yeah, there you go. So let's talk before we head out today. Let's talk a little bit about, how do you create your thumbnails? Now, at the beginning of the show, we talked about a product called Insta Thumbnail, which is by Joey Zotto. This is a great little product that helps you to make thumbnails very easily. It'll pull a frame from your video. It'll allow you to add the text and the colors, and you can do different things to it. So it's very simple to use. It doesn't have all the options that Photoshop does, obviously, because it's meant to be easy. But for those of you that aren't graphic designers, that don't understand Photoshop, that have no interest in Photoshop, this is a great, that's you, Steve. There you go.
Raise my hand. Yeah, that's me.
It's got a lot of great tools in there to be able to do that. There's another product that actually does the same type of thing, and it's called Instant Video Presence. And you can look that up on you can just search Instant Video Presence. You'll find it. It allows you to create your thumbnails. It also allows you to create some of your other YouTube assets as well. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with that there. Another great product is the Logo Creator. This is a very popular product that I use quite a bit. It's by Laughing Bird Software. And what it does is it has a module specifically for YouTube graphic arts. And so what you do is the way that this works, and this is a brilliant program. The Logo Creator is the actual program that you use. You can get the program for free with every module that you buy. So essentially you're buying templates and getting the editor for free. And so you can buy the YouTube templates and you'll get the editor, and then you can add on to it. So you can get the Facebook add-ons, you can get the banner header add-ons, you can, all sorts of different things. And of course, its namesake, logo creation, so you can create logos with it. But if you check that out, there is a module specifically for YouTube. It'll build your channel art. It'll build your thumbnails. It'll build your end screens. So if you've got end screens at the end of your video that you want to put in there, it'll do that for you. So it's got a lot of great little tools in there. And of course, the final thing we want to mention is Photoshop itself. Photoshop, for those of you that know how to use it, it's going to be the greatest thing for you. You can create all sorts of fun thumbnails there. You have no limits on that because you've got all the tools right there that you can use. So it's a great way to do that. Now another way people actually do this is they'll actually use PowerPoint or Keynote, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. And they'll just piece together a screen inside of PowerPoint or Keynote, and then just export it out or give a snapshot of the final image there, and that's how they'll build their thumbnails. So
you can save it as once you build it in Photoshop. I'm not familiar with Keynote, but in Photoshop you can save it as a JPEG.
Yeah, you just save it. You just save it out as a JPEG, and there you go. You're good. Nice and easy, and one thing to mention, don't do anything crazy with your thumbnails. If you abuse thumbnails, you can get into trouble. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to put a woman in a bikini, when you're just trying to sell hamburgers. Unless it makes sense. If it's in the video, then, whatever. But you don't want to just purposely put a woman in a bikini just to get attention, because that's considered thumbnail abuse, and you can get your account into trouble for doing that. People can report your thumbnails.
Woman in a bikini holding a hamburger.
That's a different story, but yeah.
Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
I was going to say Carl's Jr. probably would have a video that specifically does that. But the point being is you don't want to put things in your thumbnail that don't relate to your video just to get a click. Mm-hmm. You have to, you want to really connect the two together there. So
that's right. I'm writing all this down, by the way. This will all be in the show notes.
Absolutely. We will put these into the show notes so that we have them there for everybody to get access to these wonderful products.
I can't write and talk at the same time. So, okay, I'm back.
It's hard.
Yeah, I know.
Well, there you go. That's our thumbnails. We've got our thumbnails down. So remember, what we want to do with thumbnails, just to get back, you want to figure out how you're going to create your thumbnails, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Photoshop or Insta Thumbnail or the logo creator or something of that nature. So get a program that'll allow you to create your thumbnails. And then you want to make sure you use really good colors, really strong colors that evoke emotion. Then you want to make sure that whenever possible, put a face in there. Get that connection, that psychological connection by putting a face in there. Go for the action shots whenever possible as well. Gets people going, gets them excited to get into the video. Make sure you add some text to it. Text that actually tells them what's in the video is a great way to get attention. And then, of course, you want to put your branding into your thumbnails so that they all match and that they all tell people exactly who you are and that your videos are related to each other. And then, of course, don't forget to test and switch them out and see what works best for you. So there you go. That is our talk on thumbnails.
Very good.
So now, all right, that would be our break there. So those of you watching, now we're going to do the question of the day.
And the question of the day is, how do you record the question of the day?
Yes, it is. So
what software do you use? Okay, so I'll let's give it 10 seconds of silence so I can find this on the audio track, and then I'll give you a 3, 2, 1.
All right.
See. That seems like forever, doesn't it? Okay.
It does. It does. And I apologize for anybody watching the Hangout. It appears that my camera has frozen.
You froze up, but what they'll see is your avatar, so it's no big deal. Okay. Yeah, but the frozen camera, you got this goofy smile on your face. So I was talking about something real serious, and I looked at you like, what am I? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Okay.
Well, that's kind of how it works sometimes, unfortunately. And actually, I'm going to switch back here for 1 second because I forgot the name of the person who.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That'd be important to know.
Who sent that one. So let me figure out who it was. Was it? I think it was Brian.
Brian? Okay.
Hey, Ray, it's Brian McKay. I sent you a question the other day. I was trying to figure out this thing. I found the software. It's called Video Pop Funnels. Maybe you knew something about it.
No, not that one. That's not the right one. Maybe it's this one because he sent me a couple of them.
Hi, Ray. My name is Brian McKay, and I've been following you for a while. I've bought several of your products. I think you do a hell of a good job.
Thank you.
I saw one of these program come out.
Nah, that's not it. It wasn't Brian. So it must have been, maybe it was this guy here.
Great to hear from you, Ray. My question to you is, how can you make some real...
No, that wasn't it either. Darn it.
I've got it here, I think. Hold
on.
But
it doesn't have a name, does it?
Oh, hold on. Let me play it.
Oh, yeah. You may say it.
Hey, Ray, how you doing? This is Brian McKay. I was just on a second ago.
Okay. Very good. So it was Brian. All right, there we go. So now we'll do now that we've ruined your 10 seconds of silence.
No, I'll find it. It's all right. It's still there. Don't worry. Okay, I'll give you 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that is a great question, Brian. What we use is a product called SpeakPipe, and SpeakPipe allows you to add voice messages to your website. And typically this is used for customer service type aspects, and we've decided to use it for people to ask questions of me. And just to give a shout out, we actually picked this up from let's try that again because I goofed it.
Good old what's his name? We got it from good old what's his name. Okay, let's do it again.
Pat Flynn. There
Pat Flynn. How can you forget Pat Flynn?
I know, right? All right,
senior,
let's try.
Yeah, you're like me. You're having senior moments. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, no big deal. Let's do it again. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Brian, that is a great question. What we use for recording the ask. Oh my gosh. Let's try that again. I'm doing that. I'm just falling apart here. Yes, you guys watching on Hangouts are totally getting a comedic experience here.
Yeah, that's right. The behind the we call it a behind the scenes look, and that's what it is.
I think this is the first time we've really had this issue where we've goofed up like this.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it happens. It happens when you drink heavily. 3, which neither one of us do, but anyhow, neither one of us drink. So 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Brian, that is a great question. And what he's talking about is on the raythevideoguy.com/ask, you can record a message to me, which is what we just played back there from Brian. And the program that we use to do this is called SpeakPipe, which you can check out at speakpipe.com. And it allows you to put a little a little tool on your website that people can click on, and then they can record a message to you. Typically, people use this for customer service purposes, but we use it for the ability to ask us a question that we can play on the air. And I got the idea from Pat Flynn, who uses SpeakPipe to have people ask him questions about marketing. And so we decided to do that as well. And there are other products out there as well that can do this. There's a product that's called Voice Stack, and that's Voice STAK. And that one, actually, you install that yourself, whereas SpeakPipe is you go to a website and they handle all the workings of it. With Voice Stack, you install it on your website, and there's a back end as well. And that one actually allows people to record a video message as well. So it actually does video and voice, so you can do both of those. But SpeakPipe, I believe you can start off completely free, and then they've got an upgraded version, which is like $10 a month, $11 a month, something of that nature. So it's very inexpensive, but it allows people to connect with you directly, and it allows us to do the Ask the Video Guy segment. So we like that quite a bit.
Cool. Very good stuff.
Yes.
It's the radio show about video marketing madness with Ray the Video Guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper. Today's show made possible by
Insta Thumbnail, the easy way to create thumbnails for your YouTube videos. All you have to do is pull your video in, grab the screenshot that you want, and then doctor it up with graphics and text, and you'll have a great thumbnail that you can get all sorts of attention from. And you can check that out at raysbonuses.com/Insta Thumbnail.
Got a question for Ray the Video Guy? Go to Ray. My turn. Go to raythevideoguy.com/ask. Leave your question. If Ray answers it on Periscope or here on the radio show, you'll win all kinds of great video marketing stuff. Facebook page is Video Marketing Madness. Twitter is Video MKT Madness. Lots of great video marketing stuff that you can read up on, posted daily.
Yes, indeed. Lots of fun stuff there.
And you're going to be taking the next couple of weeks off. You're going on a Disney cruise.
I am. I will be out in the Atlantic. So if you hear of any craziness going on in the Atlantic, a sinking ship, be sure to send me a life vest. And we will be back after that. So
if you hear of any video marketing madness going on in the Atlantic, on the high seas.
There will be some video marketing madness going on in the high seas.
You'll know it's the video marketing madman.
That's right. But we'll have some fun with it. We'll get some. We'll probably shoot some videos and whatnot while we're out there too, and we'll have a little bit of fun with that. So good stuff.
So we'll be back with new episodes in November.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, lots of good info on the Facebook and Twitter pages.
Indeed. And until then, this is Ray the Video Guy for Steve Sleeper saying, get out there and make some videos. Have fun.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Good stuff. And if we want, we can do a show next week. Just do it earlier.